Well, regular viewers to this channel will know that if I have got my nice shirt on, we must be talking about something a bit more serious.
I've seen things people wouldn't believe. All those moments will be lost in time.
I know it's very gauche to talk about money, and I wouldn't normally commit such a social faux pas. But in this case, the euro banknote is up for redesign. Back in 2002, the first euro banknote was released, and 24 years later, they're having a little bit of a refresh. And the central bank has released 10 different designs for the future banknote of the euro. And these 10 designs can be voted on by anybody. And, eventually they'll probably choose the completely wrong design. Generally, the banknotes are split into two sections. There are either birds or famous people. So why don't we go and have a quick look through to see. On all the bird notes, there are, of course, there's a 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 and 200 note. No 500 notes this time. So if you are trying to pay off your government officials, you're going to need a bigger suitcase. For all those people who aren't ornithologists, or in England we might call them twitchers, the €5 note features a wall creeper. On the front and on the back we have the European Parliament. On the €10 note we have a common kingfisher, again paired with the European Commission on the reverse. On the €20 note we have a European bee-eater, again paired with the European Central Bank. On the €50 note we have the white stork, paired with the Court of Justice of the European Union. And on the €100 note we have a Pierre Avocet, paired with the European Council or the Council of the European Union. And finally, on the €200 note we have the Northern Gannet, paired with the European Court of Auditors. On the notes that feature people, the €5 note features Maria Callas, who is a famous operatic soprano. On the €10 note, a very recognisable Ludwig van Beethoven, of course, German composer. On the €20 note, we have Marie Curie, who a very famous Polish-French physicist, who, of course, unfortunately, she discovered radium and I think polonium. And not only did she discover them, but she also got killed by them, which is rather unfortunate. The €50 note, however, features Miguel de Cervantes, who, of course, was a Spanish novelist who wrote Don Quixote. When I first saw it, I thought it was Francis Drake, but it's the ruffles. On the €100 note, of course, of another very recognisable face, we have Leonardo da Vinci, of course, that famous Italian Renaissance artist and general know-it-all. And finally, on the €200 note, Bertha von Suttner was an Austrian pacifist, the first female Nobel Peace Prize laureate. There are 10 designs that they have put forward for considerations, again with either birds or people. There are 6 horizontal designs and 4 vertical. The vertical notes taking a note from Swiss currency, which is vertical. And again, the color scheme for each of these notes stays exactly the same to what it currently is. So the 5 is a dark blue stroke grey, the 10 is red, the 20 light blue, the 50 is orange, 100 is green, and 200 is yellow. As I said before, there is no 500 euro designation. Let us go and have a look at each one of these designs. The first one we have is from Studio Joost Grotens. I presume that sounds very Dutch. And of course, his designs feature people. His focus, as you can see, focus very much on the eyes and the mouth. And they got a very nice square like pattern design. I think these are a nice change to what they currently have in the thing. And if you ask me, I would rate this at like a 9 out of 10. For design B, coming from Punktform Stitch, and of course we feature birds, grey birds on a coloured background. Interesting, but I'd say very normal. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Design C, Neue Gestaltung, where of course we have what is a really nice design where the person and the denomination is divided with a column of pattern shapes, very geometric, circles, squares. Marie Curie has what looks like a mixing flask for her scientific work. Design D, Rudy Gretz et Francois Giron Menuet. Again, sorry if I butcher those words. This, of course, is the first vertical design that we have. And I have to say, I think it makes a really nice change. And again, we have this great selection of birds. And again, for the bird design, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Design E, we have Rossini Vardopoulou. Again, I apologize if I butchered your names. This design, I think, is quite similar to what the current notes look like, with the highlight being a circular pattern behind the people. I would score this a 7 out of 10. Design F, we have Jan Robert Dunvela. Of course, the portraits of each people has been simplified with a collage design. Now, I'm not a fan of this. Each of the people in like a pen-drawn design, I don't really like that, which is why this is getting a 6 out of 10. Then we have design G, which is Rubio Delamo El Cruz Mas Cruz, which is another vertical design. And of course, if you turn the banknotes horizontally, we can see 4 vertical blocks which inspire the letters Euro, E-U-R-O. I've got to say, I really like that one. And I'd say I'd score that an 8 out of 10. Then for design H, we have Atelier Gopal Topenpong. Again, very similar to the current notes that we have. And for that, I'm going to say 7 out of 10. Design I, Isabelle Derrand, vertical birds. And you notice behind them the streams and the rivers are very vector based. Again, very nice. I'm going to say 8 out of 10. And then finally, design J, Ville. Oh, this person must be Finnish because there are more umlauts above things, but I'd say Tjetvarden. Again, vertical bird designs. Of all the bird designs, this is my least favourite, which is why I'm going to score it a 7 out of 10. So there you have it. If you would like to go onto their website and give your own opinions to them, because I believe they are running a bit of a survey, and whichever one of these designs comes out the best, they're going to use, because you know what? We're all very democratic in the European Union. Anyway, the link for that is down below. Of course, if you have any comments about this, I would love to read about it in the comments down below. As always, subscribe, like, and I will see you all in the next video. Hopefully not about money, because, we don't like to talk about money. Anyway, ciao.